Johannesburg, tensions running high in Rabie Ridge, where residents are protesting over a lack of service delivery. They say they've been without electricity for several weeks now. In frustration, the residents have started burning tyres and blocking roads to voice their anger over the continued outages. SABC News reporter Ntshingila is part of our team in that community and joins us now live. And they were running battles with residents and police earlier on. Nonhlanhla, take us through what happened.
And just to paint a picture of what happened just after we spoke to you, the residents started throwing stones at the police. They were busy blocking the road so that the taxis can't pass through. Unfortunately, the police started throwing the tear gas all over and also firing shots at some of the community members. We have seen that there have been some of the community members who got shot. But Ayanda, just like we said, that we're going to bring in the City Power spokesperson, Isaac Mangena, who's going to tell us the side of their story. Right now, he's right here with me, and he'll be telling us what's his take on this. Mr. Mangena, thank you so much for joining us. Can you please tell us what's your take on this one?
Thanks for having us. Yes, we were also woken up by the noise of some of the residents. Apparently, they were protesting on some of the service delivery issues within their community about refuse removal, water, and then electricity was also thrown in there. But we, as City Power, as responsive as we are, we managed to basically meet up with the community leadership earlier this morning to basically quell some of the issues that they are raising about City Power so that we can basically give them comfort of some of the work we are doing to ensure that some of the challenges that they are having with supply of electricity in this area are being addressed. So we also managed to basically ensure that the plans that we have of normalizing this area are also presented to them, and we are going to have a follow-up meeting around 12 midday today so that we can basically also take them through some of those plans. So as far as we are concerned as City Power, currently as I'm talking to you, there is no problem with electricity supply in the area. The area of Rabie Ridge has got electricity, except those areas, including the informal settlements that is behind us, that are illegal and are not connected to the grid, who will not have electricity. Also those that are in the areas around Kanana, where there is frequent illegal connections that are happening there, we have also disconnected those. But the rest of the Rabie Ridge area, most of Midrand has got electricity from City Power side.
So the allegations that they've been talking about, that City Power only fix electricity for one day and the other day there's no electricity, are you saying it's not true?
No, the allegations could be true. We remember this is not only here in Midrand where we've got such problems. It's across the city of Johannesburg. Our supply is extensively constrained due to numerous factors. In recent weeks, we had consistent rainfall, which has actually been disturbing most of our operations, especially where we are to fix electricity, find the faults, or even try to do some maintenance. So we had those kind of problems, and in between we had load shedding. So now and then you'll have situations where load shedding is brought in, and that switching on and off is actually putting some strain on our already strained network, old network across the city of Johannesburg. So we found ourselves basically on a back foot. At some point, last weekend we're dealing with about 5,000 outage calls on a day. So that is a record number that we had to deal with. So with the residents of Rabie Ridge, it's not only for them, but what we have been doing is to ensure that whenever there is an issue, we move in quickly and then we repair. But also some of the vandalism and theft that has been happening around here has made it difficult for us to basically sustain, especially the cables underground, because every time they steal a piece of a cable, we need to come back and replace it. But when it rains, the water seeps through to the weaker points of that cable, and that is why sometimes we have issues of the tripping happening. But what we can assure residents is that whenever that happens, we're basically able to fix. But also the plans that we have put on the table. As I'm talking to you now, if you go to our Rabie Ridge switching station, a contractor is busy there because of what we're doing is to replace one of those cables that has been giving us problems and ensure that we normalize this area so that the residents can have electricity. But also part of that normalization, we'll also talk to the installation of the meters, because as I'm talking to you now, only 5% of the residents of Rabie Ridge are buying electricity, which is really a fraction of what we are putting out. So we say the effort that they are putting in terms of burning the tyres and protesting should also be put in them going to the counters so that they can start buying this electricity. Then we can be able to have revenue to reinvest in the problems that they're having in this community.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mangena, for your time. There you have it, Ayanda. That was the City Power spokesperson, Isaac Mangena, telling us their side of their story. And they say that they'll be having a meeting with the community members around 12 o'clock just to inform them as to what's going to happen going forward. Right now, Ayanda, I want to step out of the shot so that my camera colleague, Klaus Kosana, can show you the informal settlement that Isaac Mangena was talking about. We have seen that it's a very big space. So if ever these people, they're also not buying electricity, it means it's also costing the City Power. But I think for now, we'll keep on monitoring the situation. As we can see that some of the residents, they have dispersed here, and the police are still on the ground monitoring the situation as to what's happening going forward. For now, I'm going to hand it over back to you in studio, Ayanda.
All right, Ntshingila is live to us there from Rabie Ridge with that developing story. Nonhlanhla, for now, thanks very much indeed.